We are the champions. No time for losers, cause we are the champions.
We already knew you were the champions.
But
Nothing new.
lifting the trophy at home for the first time in 35 years is exciting for the fans.
Yeah.
When you look at the journey to get back to being champions of the Premier League, it's quite an emotional journey. 2 years ago,
And this is the first time you guys lifted the Premier League in front of your fans, right?
yes, in 35 years. 2 years ago,
first time.
2022-2023 season, we finished 5th.
Yeah.
Transition season. The next season, we finished 3rd. Even though that season, people kind of like were putting us in that title race with Arsenal and Man City. And then now, this season, new coach, without a doubt, we became champions. So, big shout out to the team and a huge congratulations to all Liverpool fans. It's exciting news. Tomorrow is going to be the parade, and I'm looking forward to. Tomorrow is the parade, right? So I'm looking forward to, that parade happening. It's going to be big. Obviously, I won't be there, but then it's to be nice to watch and it's just nice. It's just really great, right? But in other news, it's Premier League's final day. We know what the Champions League teams are. We know what the Europa League teams are. We know what the Conference League teams
everybody is settled, right?
Everyone is settled. But the biggest conversation before today was Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. What was going to happen? Will Chelsea get back into the Champions League? You said yesterday's stream, you were kind of like iffy about the whole thing. Will my team get back into the Champions League? Will my team get back into the Champions League? You guys are back into the Champions League. You guys, some way, somehow, Levi Colwell goal, you won the game. You won Forest.
I just think, how do I say it now? It was a case of we didn't depend on any other person to do the job. We went there, we needed to win, we won, done. Aston Villa lost, Newcastle lost, Forest lost. 3 people lost, right?
Yeah.
And just we and Man City won. And I didn't Aston Villa even got a draw. They could have gone.
It could have been a whole different thing.
And I predicted time and time again. I said Everton would win Newcastle. I don't know if you remember the prediction.
I remember, yeah.
I said,
and they did.
Everton will win Newcastle. Everton will win Newcastle.
And they did, but Newcastle, they are now they are back to the Champions League. So they finished 5th in the Premier League. So our prediction of top 5 did not finish exactly the way we thought it was going to finish. But then it was it finished Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's check the top 5. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle. I know our predictions kind of swapped. We're thinking Newcastle, Chelsea. I think for me personally, I was thinking Newcastle, Chelsea. But it ended up Chelsea, Newcastle. But we knew coming into this game, coming into the final day, that Chelsea had an advantage. They were going to go to Champions League regardless. It just felt like that. It just felt like they were still going to go anyways. And you guys have done it. How does it feel for your team to be back in the Champions League?
We'll see. We still have the Conference League to win. So that's the big one, right?
Yeah.
The big.
You guys might have a very good season, winning the Conference League and qualifying to go back into the Champions League. I think it's a good season.
A big one for us. So
yeah,
we just need to calm down Wednesday, go and win. That's what we need to do now, right? We're excited. It was a big, even if Nottingham Forest had drawn, came back and they drew. The best they could have gotten would be European League.
Yeah.
And Aston Villa will go to the Conference League.
Yeah,
right?
which would have been bad.
Which would have been better for them, right? Better for Nottingham Forest. But at the same time, Nottingham Forest have not really been good enough. I don't think they're even good enough to go to European League because their style of play has just been very predictable. You sit back,
counter.
Not really. There's nothing exciting.
But at this point in time, it's all about keeping it simple, right? Because you don't want to do too much. So you're trying to just pretty much keep it simple and
Yeah.
make, you just keep it simple and get results. And that's exactly what Forest wanted, their plan coming into the season. That's exactly what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you can see like Forest, they did have a lot of good games. They
Yeah.
finished the season 19 wins,
Yeah.
8 draws, 11 losses, which
Yeah.
is not bad for a team that was in a relegation battle at some point. For a team
Exactly.
that has been ruled out as a mid-table team, they've
Yeah.
really stamped their foot down that they deserve to be in the EPL. They have
Yeah.
the quality, and their
And I
coach was
and
able
the
to
thing
set them
is,
up for success.
the thing is, they might be disappointed,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel the Conference League is a blessing in disguise for them.
Why?
It's a blessing in disguise because they can go to the Conference League and they can win it. They are
Mm.
that good, right? That's a European trophy they can add to their arsenal, to their trophy
Mm.
cabinet. I feel
Yeah,
like Nottingham Forest in the European Conference League, they can win it
they have a
because they are
chance.
better than most of the teams they come on.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So that's it.
Depends. Are they better than Real Betis?
But is Real Betis going to be in the Conference League?
No, 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 I don't think so. I mean, it's between you and Real Betis for the Conference League final, right?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. But yeah, we know what the final teams are: Champions League spots, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, Newcastle. Europa League spots, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace. Oh, I forgot to say Champions League spot. Tottenham is part of that because they won Europa League. They through the back door, they are back there. But remember, we had that conversation of like 9 teams possibly would be in Europe. Is it up to
Yeah.
nine? One,
Oh,
two, three, four, 5, 6, 7,
eight.
8, 9. It's actually 9.
How is it nine?
It's 9,
Oh, it's
including Crystal
nine.
Palace. Yeah. So
Two, three,
nine,
four, five,
nine
six, seven,
teams.
eight, nine.
Yeah, 9 teams are going to Europe
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
English Premier League. That's amazing. That's awesome. Big congratulations to the whole squad. This season was a very competitive season, anyways. We got um 25, 25 wins. Liverpool got 25 wins, 20 wins Arsenal. We had that conversation of like Arsenal needed to get a certain amount of wins in order for them to win
Exactly.
the league, but they
Yeah.
weren't able to do that. But anyway, the conversation is not about Arsenal. Let's talk about the game that ultimately made the difference towards like the Champions League spot: Aston Villa versus um Manchester United, or Manchester United versus Aston Villa. So
Mm.
in that game, our thoughts before going to
What
that
What
game,
was the controversy?
we were thinking United were not going to play, or there was going to be some kind of like sluggishness with them when it
Yeah.
comes to, especially given the fact that they already announced most of their players were going to be up for
Be
sale.
sold. Yeah.
So I kind of was skeptical because I felt, what are they playing for? I might get sold, it might affect their psychology, but that didn't seem to be the case because they won 2-0. But
Yeah.
United always have that culture of winning Aston Villa at home in Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But the controversy was Morgan Rogers, I think that's his name, plays for
Yeah.
Villa. Morgan Rogers was running at United's keeper,
Yeah.
and then United's keeper was trying to grab the ball.
Yeah.
As he tries to grab the ball, he doesn't really grab the ball properly. His hands touches the ball, but he has not really like held the ball. So
Yeah.
Rogers kicks the ball out of his hand, out of his grasp, as he's
Yeah.
trying to like really cement his
Grab
grab.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
tries to grab it, and then scores. But then the
Yeah.
referee blows that it's not a goal.
Oh my God! I should go back and watch
And
that.
then Unai Emery gets pissed. And not long after that, United scored their first goal with Ahmad. So
Oh.
to Unai Emery was like, this was a chance for us to score and just sit back
Oh, sit back. Oh
because they
shit.
were already down to 10 men at that point.
Oh. And that would have been Newcastle out of the or out of the Champions League.
That would have been Newcastle out of the Champions League.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Damn it. That's a big blow.
yeah,
Big blow. But
yeah.
what do you think? Do you think it was a goal, or what do you think?
I think
Did he have his two hands on the ball like this?
his two hands were not like placed on the ball.
So how was his hand?
It was more like he was trying to grab the ball,
Mm.
but it was like bubbles. You know those kind of bubbles. The ball was still bubbling, right?
No, but as far as his two hand is almost at the side, and the ball is somewhere in the middle, even if it's bubbling, if you kick
No,
it out, it can't
his
be goal.
his hands were not like, it was not like in his middle. He was kind of on the floor. He was
Mm.
trying to grab the ball, but it was
Yeah.
still bubbling. And Rogers was just right there, kicks the ball off his grasp, and then he scores. Which
No, yeah.
everybody, all the people that have been having that conversation have been feeling like it's probably a goal. They don't know why he didn't give it as a goal. When Emery was really livid, he actually followed the ref into the tunnel, still having a conversation like this doesn't make sense, all this kind of thing. So it was a very crazy controversy between the two of them. So
Wow. I
crazy.
didn't watch. I didn't watch that part. To be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it. I was just I was just super focused on. I was just super focused on Chelsea game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just every second of the game, Nottingham Forest coming at us. I'm like, God, these people should not score one, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
so scared. Because if they score one, they can score two. But why I was just a bit relaxed, they've never come back when they've been scored first.
Yeah.
It's just once this season they've come back,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, we'll be fine,
Of
we'll be
course.
fine, we'll be fine. And I liked that our manager, he was making the changes he's learning. He's learning. He was making he's learning from the previous mistake. Immediately he looked at Nottingham Forest. They made that tweak to attack. He
Mm-hmm.
to made his own tweak. Immediately he changed it to a 4-3-3.
Mm-hmm.
Brought in Lavia, Kopama, go forward, three-man midfield, flat.
Mm-hmm.
Caicedo, Lavia in the middle because Caicedo has a card already.
Yeah.
Lavia on one side, Caicedo on the other side, and Enzo Fernandez on the other side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Kopama, and later on, he saw what's the use of having what's his name, Pedro Neto up front? We don't need him.
Yeah.
Removed him, brought in Gusto that had
Mm-hmm.
energy, more
Mm-hmm.
defensive option, right?
Yeah.
And that really killed off Forest.
Mm-hmm.
He killed them off immediately. So it felt like we went to a 4-4-2
Mm-hmm.
again, which made like you have more people in the midfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we don't have the boys, even five people you meet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, that was good for you guys. Eh? Congrats to Chelsea. You guys are back in the Champions League. I don't know if you guys will do well.
we'll do
That's a
well.
different. That's a
We'll
different
do
conversation on
well.
your
We'll do
performance in the
well.
Champions League.
We'll
But,
do well. Chelsea
but
will do well.
you think you'll make it far? What's your
We'll
prediction
make
on
it
how far you
far.
go?
If okay, now we're in the Champions League now, it means that there's
Mm-hmm.
more money for us to spend,
Mm-hmm.
right? Welcome Olubimi and Dorcas. There's more money for us to spend,
Mm-hmm.
right? What that means is that there's a talk now, like our technical directors they are going to sign matured players. That's the
Mm-hmm.
aim now. This if we the talk was if Chelsea finishes in the Champions League,
Yeah.
they will go out and buy three matured players,
Mm-hmm.
experienced people to come in,
Mm-hmm.
experienced striker, experienced midfielder, one more,
Mm-hmm.
and an experienced defender and a keeper.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to add three more players, which
Okay.
is good, right?
I
So
think I think that's interesting to see how you guys are doing in the Champions League. I think it will be interesting. But let's talk about the final day between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. So there
what
was
a shit,
something there was something that pissed me off in that
what a
game.
shit show. What pissed
Is
you
it?
off?
I understand. Like we are already at the end of the season. We've kind of won it. There's nothing to play for.
Yeah,
But losing a game at home to lift a title would have been really horrible. And it was looking like that was going to be the case.
yeah.
But
Since you
it
guys won the title, confirmed as title winners, I felt like
it was
there's not been
horrid.
any zeal to play.
Like Subuslai cannot give a good pass, just running around doing nothing. Salah Salah is always Salah. Right? His performance is always his performance. Like someday he will struggle to maybe find the pass when the game starts, but you need to keep him there because something might happen.
Yes, you
because
do
he's
so.
very direct. Something will happen, right?
Yeah.
So I just let's charge Salah. Let's remove that. But his passing was kind of horrid for a while. Trent was not starting, and he showed why Trent is so important to the team. No
Who
chance.
did you guys use? Bradley.
We use Conor Bradley. We struggled to
No
create.
creativity at all.
No creativity. We were so predictable. Crystal Palace, they just had five at the back. They had
Yeah.
five people. Immediately our wingers get the ball, it's 2 against 1. Two Crystal Palace players against one of our wingers. That was what was happening. Two against Gakpo, two against Salah, two against you understand? And
Yeah.
them doing that, overloading the wings
Yeah.
defensively, prevented all these overlaps that Salah and Bradley would have. And it prevented Gakpo and Diaz to really have that connection. So it was really horrid. They remove Conor Bradley at halftime. They bring in Trent. Fine.
Mm.
Trent comes in, everybody clapping for Trent, which we love to see. And
Yeah.
Trent was really giving good balls. Even
Trent was being Trent.
it was being doing Trent things. And I was just looking like feeling so sad. I can't believe Trent is leaving Liverpool. Like it hit me. Trent has said he's leaving, and I never really felt the type of way about it. And little Liverpool fans were slandering him online. I was not part of those fans because
Yeah.
I've always loved Trent. Like he's an awesome player. He's amazing. He's one of a kind type of player. But then it hits me today that wow, this was why Klopp kept on using Trent a lot. Trent
Exactly.
is
So they
so
understand.
he's so
Creative.
necessary.
He's so
And
creative.
it was something that was said in the game by the commentators that it kind of stuck with me. Trent is not a traditional right back. Trent is not a right back. Trent is just a creative player you just want in the team.
In
Do you
the
get what I'm
team,
saying?
yes. But unfortunately, he finds himself at that right back
And that
position.
right back is quite deceiving, but
Yes.
Trent is not a
Yeah.
right back. Trent is
Yeah.
a creative player that you just need to put in the team because
Yeah.
if you place him anywhere, he's sending the balls. You just need him to just start giving those long passes, and those long passes are crazy. Immediately he came in, there were so many balls he gave that were good, but that's not even the core of where I'm going to. Then our coach, right, and his slot, I don't know what's going on with him. He decides to make a sub. The team has been horrid. He makes the sub of removing Conor Bradley at halftime, bringing in Trent. You
Threats.
make a sub, you're a coach and a slot, you're trying to create.
Mm.
The guys up front that you're playing with is Gakpo, Diaz, Salah. You're playing with Soboslai. You're playing with Curtis Jones in the midfield. You're playing with Gravenberch in the midfield. You subbed out Conor Bradley. You've brought in Trent, Van Dijk, Konate, and then Robertson.
So he was
Do
playing
you
4-3-3.
4-3-3? The 4-2-3-1 is what we play. 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
So you
So
as a
who are the
coach
people sitting deep? Jones and Gravenberg.
and Gravenberch, Jones playing somewhat like a box to box. Gravenberch playing like a more like a 6 or like a 4. But you as a coach, I want to ask you this question before I say the change he made. Who are
Yeah.
you taking out?
Out of all of them.
Out of all of them, you've already removed Conor Bradley. You've brought in Trent, right?
Yeah.
You have Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson. You have your two sitting. You have Gravenberch. You have Curtis Jones. You have your three. You have Soboslai, Salah, Cody Gakpo, and then Luis Diaz up
Yeah.
front.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are trying to score. The
Yeah.
guys are not really doing well up front. Creativity is not really happening. Who will you want to sub out?
So the first thing is, first of all, how much possession do we have? Do you have much possession?
We have possession of the game.
You have possession and you're pressing.
We are pressing, decent press, yes.
Decent press.
Yeah.
Is there a problem in the final third where there's no they are sitting deep and you guys can't break them? Is that problem?
Yes.
Okay. So who do you have in front?
I've already mentioned the front line.
Gakpo,
Salah,
Luis
Gakpo,
Diaz,
Luis Diaz, yeah.
and Salah.
Soboslai, Salah, yeah. Those guys are attacking, yeah.
How was Soboslai doing? Was he playing
It
well?
was horrid. He was running up and down. He was not really doing anything. He wasn't really
And
playing
who
his
are the
best.
options on the bench?
Your option on your bench, you have Jota, you have Nunez, you have you have a lot of options on the bench. I guess attacking force. Well, anyways, let me tell you the sub mix because I feel like we're
Wait,
dragging
let me remove someone. If it depends, if Soboslai, I'll either pick Soboslai or Jones, or he might look at it and say, should I remove a wide man, either Luis Diaz or Gakpo?
Okay,
because
but
I want.
Gakpo was performing more than Luis
Yeah.
Diaz.
So he might want to remove one of them because
Mm-hmm.
of the characteristics of Crystal Palace. It might not
Okay,
suit them. So he might want to bring in someone different. Maybe bring in Jota, move Luis Diaz wide because Luis Diaz has maybe more dribbling ability, can maybe bring that five out wide more.
but
And
Gakpo
if
is
it's
better
place,
on is better wide than Diaz. I actually prefer
who,
Gakpo
who
wide than
dribbles
Diaz.
well, who dribbles more.
Gakpo is better on the ball. He keeps the ball more than Diaz. Diaz doesn't do anything on the ball from the wings. He doesn't do
But
anything.
Diaz has the ability to pull people to him.
He has the ability to pull people to him, but 2v1, Diaz is not beating Munoz. He's not
Uh,
beating Munoz and whoever was pairing up with Munoz. He's not beating those guys. He
I'm
tried it
sure you
several times in
remove
the game.
Gakpo.
He didn't remove Gakpo. This
Mm,
man
mm.
removes Soboslai and removes Konate.
Why? Why Konate? Is it try?
I almost choked.
Is he
He
is he
removes
trying to prevent Konate from having injury?
Wait, he removes Soboslai, he removes
Mm,
Konate. He
mm,
brings in Jota,
mm.
right, and Nunes. And he makes Gravenberch play centre back.
That's a fail.
That was a horrid
That's a
substitution.
fail. Big time fail.
We can let it slide because we're desperate, and I see what he was trying to
That's
do,
a
trying to do
fail.
more ball playing center backs, and try to make us in this kind of like a 3-4-3 type of shape, or
Mm.
like commit more people to the attack and have very few
Yeah,
people
but you
back.
can't do that because you
But you
already have
cannot
Trent in.
do that.
Trent is not. Trent is
Exactly.
already attacking. So at the end of the day,
Yes.
you only have two people at the back.
Yes. And you have actually one traditional center back, which is Van Dijk,
No, no, you can't do that
which
actually.
was horrid. And guess what? Guess what happens?
Mm.
3 minutes after he makes this, maybe he makes this up. I'm like, this is a very stupid change.
No.
This
If
makes
you
no
remove
sense.
Soboslai and bring in Jota,
Makes sense.
is good. Or
Because
you remove Diaz and Subosla, or Diaz and maybe Curtis Jones, and you bring in Nunes and Jota. Perfect.
because
You have
Curtis
just one man, four. Then they can all attack. Trent can join. Three people at the back. You are fine.
Yes, and also Gravenberch had a yellow card. They give Gravenberch a yellow card. This guy now plays Gravenberch as a centre back. I'm like, you're playing somebody that has a yellow card as a centre back. That is not even a traditional centre back.
But I thought it was a straight red they gave him.
They did give him a straight red, but then
It's
but then
overruled yellow card. So it's 3 games.
yeah, it's 3 games.
Your best young player of the season now. You miss the first 3 games of the next season.
He has missed the first 3 games of the
And
next season.
he's key in everything you guys do.
Yes, it was a stupid thing. And what did he do immediately he got the red card? He brought
What
in Endo. He now removed who did he remove for Endo? I think he now removed Luis Diaz or so and brought in Endo. It
Then
was
you now
almost
had
like
Curtis Jones and the
so
Endo was playing center back.
Endo was playing centre back. So it was not Endo Van Dijk. And then I was just like,
But the question
you guys
is,
are lucky
when he
this is
collected the red card, were you guys level or were Crystal Palace leading?
Crystal Palace were leading.
Then it's a good card to get that Gravenberch got because I saw it. Gravenberch just had the feeling he genuinely went for the ball, but he slipped.
Yes.
He slipped. That's why.
No,
If he was in a
I don't think that's why. I think
intentionally stop.
no. I think all the time they've been making that same play, and Konate has been the one stopping that play from happening.
Okay, as being the one he's
Because
quick.
that play has been
Yes.
that play has been happening for time, right? And
Yeah.
Konate has been the one breaking that play for a while. As I was watching the whole game, Konate has been the one doing that. You cannot take out Konate and
Yeah.
play
Konate is
Gravenberch
very
as the
is
centre back.
very
I can
central to
understand.
what you guys do.
Yes, I can understand removing Gravenberch and bringing in Endo. That makes sense, right? I can
Yeah.
understand. Okay, remove Gravenberch, bring in Endo, remove Konate, bring in somebody else attacking.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
understand that change. That makes sense. Endo can play as a centre half. Endo can play
Yeah.
centre half, right?
Endo
Endo is
is even
actually a
much
four.
better than Gravenberch in
He's
center
much
half.
better at Gravenberch in centre half.
Yeah.
But not
Yeah.
immediately that change was happening. As he talked to Gravenberch as they were making that sub, the commentator said when Gravenberch walked over to Van Dijk to tell him the change, commentators were like, Van Dijk is shaking his head like he doesn't believe this is what is going to happen. Because I'm like, of course, everybody's like, what the hell are you trying to do? This makes no sense. I'm just happy that we
I
we,
think
we ended up drawing.
I know, but it could have been that Konate was not very match fit, and they were just Konate has he gone on injury recently?
But that you don't understand. You're missing the point.
Yeah.
If Konate is not match fit,
Then
I can
bring in
understand.
Endo.
Then bring in Endo.
But the thing is that he doesn't trust Endo. You see, that's the thing.
But then
He
you still
doesn't
have to
trust.
bring in Endo anyways.
Yeah, he didn't
I,
trust
I
Endo.
actually think the reason why I don't even think it's just because he doesn't trust Endo. I actually think the reason why he wanted Gravenberch to play as a centre back is because he was looking for more attacking options. He was trying to be more attacking to Crystal Palace and overload them. So that's why you have like Jota. You have Jota on the pitch. You have Nunes on the pitch. Those are two centre forwards. You have
Mm.
Salah. That's also like a
And you had
winger striker.
Luis Diaz there too. You have
No, Diaz came on. Oh,
Gakpo,
Diaz was there. Diaz was there.
and Gakpo
Then
was there.
Gakpo, he put all five of his attackers
Oh my
on the
god, that's
pitch,
full on attack.
full on attack. And then Gravenberch, so because he wants Gravenberch to kind of like control the pace, and then Trent is there to supply the ball. I think that was the idea, but I just felt like it was a very dangerous sub to make and dangerous play. But luckily for us, Salah did Salah things, and
Oh, Salah scored.
Salah scored. Yeah. It was actually the three of them. Nunes crossed to Gakpo. Gakpo nodded it in space to Salah, and Salah just tapped it in. So
That means in part his substitution worked.
it would have worked. It would have worked
Worked
anyways.
anyway, yes. But I
It would
think
have worked
that's the miss.
anyways.
The idea of removing a defender to bring in more attackers is a good one, but the person you were bringing, the person you said to replace, was the issue.
It was the issue. And I just felt like I Gravenberch is a player that I think is amazing. He's a
Yeah,
very good
but not
six.
not
He's
as
a
the
very
center
good
back.
Yeah, he's a very good six, he's a very good eight, but not as a centre back.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. Centre back pressure is a lot.
yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. But yeah, great final day. I think most teams will be excited. Most teams will be happy with the results, especially teams that they are especially fans that their teams are finished in the top five or
Yeah,
even top six will be excited about the way things are finished. Maybe apart from Aston Villa and they feeling like they were cheated going coming into the final game. But yeah.
but the thing is, sometimes I feel like I know we talk a lot about Tottenham being where they are, Man U being where they are, but sometimes the table does not lie.
Mhm,
The Premier League table does not lie. We should be honest with. That's why it's a table.
mhm.
It shows your performance over the season.
Yeah.
Liverpool being champions, they deserve to be champions because over 3/4 of the season, they were the only consistent team.
Yeah. Just four losses.
Every other person in the league was not consistent. They
Four
were the
losses.
only ones consistent. It's either worst case scenario, they draw or they win.
Yeah.
Win, they kept on winning. Win,
But
win.
it was a
Bad
lot
game,
more wins. A lot more
bad
wins
game,
than
yes,
draw.
bad game that others will lose, they draw and they move
Mhm.
on. Right. So they were the most consistent, they deserve it. Arsenal had too many draws,
14 draws.
red cards. 14 draws is just too much. And that shows
Crazy.
something. Maybe lack of creativity, lack of goal scoring.
But also they also considered less. 35 goal difference. We have 45 goal difference, but then we considered a lot less, but Arsenal also considered less. I think Arsenal, their problem was that striker problem. They just could not win games. And
Yeah,
that forced them to draw a lot of the games that they should have won.
yeah,
But great. I mean, 10-point difference between us and Arsenal. So it was kind of like a very it could have even been more, but is a very good win. But
yeah.
yeah, any more things you want to talk about, or we can wrap up and go to final thoughts?
Uh I'm just so excited. I didn't sing my normal Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. But anyways, it was a I was so I'm happy we beat Nottingham Forest because
Mm-hmm.
I believe we've been better than Nottingham Forest this season. Whether
Mm-hmm.
anybody likes it or not. At one time in this league,
Mm-hmm.
people called us title contenders.
And you guys said why not?
We're not. Which
Mm.
rightfully I believe the manager.
Yeah.
He said that because probably he did not have a striker. They were not. And the funny thing is that in the league currently, in terms of chances created, we're top two in chances created.
Mm. That's cool.
So how would you say a team that top two in chances created? People called us title we're contending. We're even the one that had the higher threat to contend with the title than us now.
Mm.
We were even the ones that gave Liverpool a better run, if you remember. Then Arsenal is when we just fell off. Everybody generally fell off during that time.
Shall I tell you a fun fact?
Yeah.
You guys have exactly the same number of wins as Arsenal.
You
20
see?
wins. 20 wins. You have the exact same number of draws as Liverpool, 9 draws. You guys just had more losses than the both of us. So if you guys had actually won a few of your games, you guys might
Yes.
actually have been in the title race.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And the games we drew were the easy ones.
And
Ipswich, we drew to Ipswich. We lost to Ipswich. That's 4 points.
you
That
guys are Man City. You guys are close with Man City. There's
yeah,
literally a 2 point difference between you guys and Man City. 2 points. Which means
yeah.
if you had just
How
won
many
one more
wins did Man
game,
City have?
21 wins.
And we had 20
Yes. They just had you guys have the same number of
draws.
losses, 9-9.
Okay, we had more
But
draws than
but
them.
you just
I
had more
think
draws
two
than them.
more
If you,
draws.
if you guys had won one of your games or two of your games, you had won just two of your games, you guys would have been second
We
on the
could have
table.
even been second.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the thing, and it's fine, but maybe we don't deserve to be there because we had our goalkeeper make 5 errors in the league, 5 errors that led to goals that
Mhm.
made us drop those points, made us draw, and made us lose.
If you guys have a better goalkeeper, I think it's
Chris,
changed
at
things.
Ipswich, our keeper made mistake, we lost. The second one at Ipswich, mistake, lost. In fact, four of the other losses we had
Mhm.
was Sanchez.
Wow.
So I'm just thinking about it logically. Imagine we had a good goalkeeper like Raya.
Mhm.
We could have challenged Liverpool properly, right? Not even we're not talking of striker. Leave Nicholas Jackson as he is, just the goalkeeper,
Mhm.
and we don't have that errors we had. Come on, we could have finished 80 something points. We created so many chances. People were there were not finishing. So striker Chelsea as going into the next season. Chelsea needs a striker,
And keeper.
and a goalkeeper. If we don't buy anything, we need world class. Not just you see the way Chelsea fans cried. We cried actually. We need a midfielder. We need midfielders. We can't be continuing with Loftus Cheek and all these
Mhm.
guys. We need midfielders. And the club said, okay, fine. This year we'll go out and buy world class midfielders. What did they do? They
Mhm.
went out, they kept to their word. That's one good thing about these owners, right? They went and spent big on Caicedo,
Mhm.
who is very good now. We can't complain. And Lavia, right? So now we are crying out now again. We need a better goalkeeper. Sanchez is good as a number two. I know Petrovic
Sanchez is not even a good number two. To be honest, Sanchez is third at best in a
is a
serious
good
team.
shot stopper. He's a good shot stopper. But you see, the way Maresca wants to play, being comfortable on your feet with your legs. See, Allison was never, how do I say, a ball playing goalkeeper. But later
Mhm.
on, he became a ball playing goalkeeper.
He learned. He had to learn, right?
That's intelligence. Like that's being
Yeah.
intelligent as a goalie.
But even as a player, you have to improve your game in general. You
Yeah.
have to
So
improve your
Sanchez
game.
Sanchez has not really improved his game. He's a good shot stopper, but with a feet, is once the ball goes back to Sanchez,
Sanchez and Andre Onana, who will you pick
I prefer Sanchez.
over Andre Onana?
Yes, because Sanchez makes it depend on the style of it's just like you asked me if you prefer Nick Pope and the rest. Nick Pope is zero when it comes to the use of his legs.
Mm-hmm.
He's terrible. Nick Pope is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, short stopping, Nick Pope is good. It's the same thing with Sanchez. Now, if Nick Pope came to Chelsea and they're making him play with his feet,
It will
You'll be
look
making
horrid.
the same mistake that Sanchez. So that's why I say Sanchez is not for the type of football we want to play. He's not
Mhm.
a good fit, but he's an excellent goalkeeper. Onana is
Mhm.
not a good shot stopper. De Gea was a good shot stopper, but
Mhm.
Onana is excellent with his foot. He's at the same level with Edison,
Mhm.
right? Edison is excellent with his feet, right? And he's not excellent shot stopper, but he's a good shot stopper. Good,
Yeah.
right? So that's it. As we are now, maybe we should just go in for like the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, or we're going for which other goalkeeper made some crazy save. Brentford goalkeeper is not bad too, but I think we just need to go big. Go and sign the French goalkeeper. Moon is it Monia? But what's his name? From AC Milan. Manion. Mike
Manion.
Manion.
Manion, yeah.
Go all outside
Yeah,
Mike
Manion,
Manion.
Manion, Manion is good. Oh. Manion is actually really good.
Good.
He's
Or you
actually a
go and
really good
go
football
and sign
stopper.
the goalkeeper at Atletico Madrid. He's 32 now.
Or Inter's keeper, Soba.
Soma is so good. Soma is a crazy shot stopper. Crazy. And he's
Or
good
if you,
with
or
his
if you
feet.
guys, if you guys are trying to be crazy, can
Mm.
go and sign Donnarumma.
Ah! We signed Donnarumma.
Donnarumma,
We finished the
the
job. But the
goat.
problem about Donnarumma, he had a bad 2 months where he was making mistakes.
Yeah, but Donnarumma is a top keeper. He's a top
Mm.
keeper. That guy is good.
So that I prefer
I'm not
Oblak.
gonna lie.
Oblak from Atletico.
Oh, you prefer him?
Oh, I prefer him. He's good with his feet. He's older than Donnarumma. He's
Hmm.
mature. He can talk to the defenders. You need a senior person.
That can shout to the defenders and
Yeah,
be like, "Yo."
Donnarumma is a bit. I don't know what is Donnarumma now.
I actually don't know Donnarumma.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's my final thoughts. The league did not lie. The league doesn't lie. We deserve to be there. I'm happy. Now it's to go and spend big in the transfer market. Nicholas Jackson, you are going to become the second striker, right?
Donnarumma is actually young, you know.
I know Donnarumma is young. He's like 25.
It's 26.
Yeah, I know he's young. I know
That's
Donnarumma
cool.
is young. So, but we don't need a young goalkeeper. If you ask me,
You
we
need
need someone
somebody
that
more
is like
experienced.
29.
30.
Yes, that's what we need
But
because that person.
Summer is like 33, right? Summer
Who is
is
that?
like Summer.
So we need that because he can play. If
Oh,
he's like,
Summer is 36. My bad.
he's too old.
Yeah.
He's too old. But you see, an elderly goalkeeper. We need someone like check Oblak. We need someone that is around 30. He
Hmm.
can talk to Levi Kowe. Those guys are young.
Yeah, Oblak is 32.
Someone like Oblak. Oblak can
Mm.
give us 2 years. Do you get? Give us 2 years, and
Or
we still
more. Can
leave.
even yeah, can even give you like 3 years.
Yes, and we still leave. What's the name of this guy? Our other second keeper that is on loan at Strasbourg. We give him another
What's his
one
name?
season.
Is he Petrovic or what's his name?
Petrovic. They say he
Yeah.
was very outstanding, making crazy saves. Give him 1-2 seasons again. We still have some other talented young
Yeah.
goalkeepers that.
Petrovic is like 25 too.
So Sanchez, just keep Sanchez as a second goalie. The other guy that is there,
Hmm.
he's good with his feet, but he's not good as a goalkeeper generally. I don't know how he entered goalkeeping. Should have chosen another position. But anyway, that's my final thoughts.
Wow. But anyways, a big shout out and big congratulations to all the Liverpool fans. Although we knew we were champions like 4 weeks ago, it's still so real to lift that trophy at
Yeah.
home. And just looking at Trent lift the trophy and knowing that Trent is gonna leave the team
It's
is
sad.
bitter. It's bittersweet that leans more bitter than sweet. You know,
Yeah.
it's just in fact to me it's just bitter, man. Like I'm just bitter. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Bumi is saying, I'm quite impressed with Manchester City despite all the issues they had. They finished in top three. They
that's not
tried.
impressive for City though.
It's
City
not
are they were champions. We expect a
no,
lot more from them.
but Kingsley, they were on the verge of collapse.
Yeah, but yeah, they were able to salvage their
right?
season and still
Yeah.
get the Champions League. Yeah, but we
So
knew they were
that's
going to
it.
beat Fulham and beat. I mean, when it comes down to it, them beating Fulham and beating Bournemouth, they were going to do that. But what was I going to say? Yeah, big shout out to all the Liverpool fans and Trent leaving. I think, man, it's just sad,
A
man. It's
big
really
goal.
sad. It's just a big hole. I don't really think anybody can come in and replace Trent. Trent is a one of a kind type of player. Like the moment he got subbed in, his first touch on the ball,
Yeah.
there was just that level of confidence. I just felt so confident that something will happen. Maybe Trent
Yeah.
came on. I just knew this game, we're not losing this game. That's the kind of confidence that he works with. And there was a pass he gave Nunez. Oh my days. I don't know if you said they gave that pass. Even he gave that pass, the camera like he panned to Klopp,
Mm.
to Jurgen Klopp, and Jurgen Klopp was like, "What a ball!"
Oh, Jurgen Klopp came for the match.
Yeah, everybody was there. Jurgen Klopp was there.
Wow. Okay, that
Henderson
showed
was
Jurgen
there.
Klopp, his boy.
Yeah, they showed like when he gave that pass. Even the commentators were like, "Oh, what a pass!"
Oh,
I'm like, they're just certain players
yeah.
like De Bruyne, like Trent, like who else? I don't know, like Cruz, like that. There are certain kind of passes they give that you're
Mm.
just like, wow, this is one of a kind type of.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never seen this before, and Trent is just that player, man. And I think Real Madrid, man, they will really enjoy Trent,
You
like
enjoy Trent.
Mbappe, Vini. Trent might actually be that person that could unlock that creativity that they've been looking for, especially if I think that Xavi Alonso will be able to unlock Trent as a wing back,
You
because
see, yeah.
I think that would be what he would want Trent to play as a wing back. Because if you can unlock Trent as a wing back, and Trent can get very techy in terms of he can like dribble,
Going forward. Yeah,
going
yeah,
forward, he
yeah.
can like just do some little dribble, create space, cross. He can give a long, because he can give a long pass from the halfway line. So it's like I just think
Yeah, that's true.
Trent is a big loss. And we signing from Pong, I don't know if that will properly replace that loss of Trent, but I think thank you is what I have to say to Trent, for the 20 years.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you
yeah.
for all the
Yeah.
effort and
Thank
everything.
you for those that joined us today, Dorcas and
Yeah.
Olubumi.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. We'll be back again as always. We're streaming every day. So
Tomorrow.
tomorrow, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.